Good afternoon, and I welcome you, students, for a very important topic inner transition elements. See, last time we have been talking about the transition elements, which were d block elements. In the transition element, the last electron was entering into the d subshell. And we have told you two very important compounds, which will be asked in the paper, student, very important: potassium dichromate and potassium permanganate. We have discussed potassium permanganate and potassium dichromate, their preparation, their properties. You have seen the oxidizing properties of potassium dichromate and potassium permanganate. But one important point is there, students. You have seen in the chemistry lab potassium dichromate or potassium permanganate. They are highly colored compounds. Are they colored? Yes or no? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Just one important question, because we missed at that time, student. What we discussed, student, with you, we have discussed potassium permanganate. What was the color of KMnO4?
Purple.
What is the color of KMnO4?
Purple.
Purple. So this is purple, student. That is my MnO4 minus. This is purple in color. What is the oxidation state of manganese here? Oxidation state of
7.
What is the oxidation state of manganese in this compound, student? +7.
Yes, 7.
+7. This is manganese is +7. And when I write K2Cr2O7, what is the color of this K2Cr2O7, students? K2Cr2O7.
Yellow, sir.
No.
Green, sir. Dark green.
Huh? Orange. Cr2O7. 2 minus is orange, students. You have seen reddish student, reddish orange. Potassium dichromate crystals. This is purple, this is orange, student. What is the oxidation state of chromium? What is the oxidation state of chromium in this compound? Students, what is the oxidation state of chromium? What will be that? 17, 14, minus 2, 12.
Sir, it's +6.
+6. What is the configuration of manganese? Manganese is, student, what? 25 atomic number. Argon 18, 4s2 and 3d5, student. Therefore, you can see that what will happen? This Mn +7 will mean, what is the meaning of manganese 7+? There is no electron in the d orbital, student. It is a d0. D0. And what is happening in chromium? What is chromium? Is 24, students. Argon, how you write? 4s2, 3d, 4, student. And chromium 2+ will be also, this is 3d0. 3d0. 4s0. This is 4s0, 3d0. Therefore, there is no electron in the d subshell. Is there any electron in the d subshell? Tell me.
No, sir.
The question is why they are colored then. Question. What is the reason? This we missed one question. We are saying, what is the reason of the color of this compound, student? Color of MnO4 is purple, bangani color hai? And
yes, sir.
Cr2O7 2 minus reddish orange. How do you explain the color of these compounds? There is no DD transition, because earlier you told me color of the transition elements is due to DD transition. There is no electron in the DD transition. There is no DD transition in these compounds.
Yes, sir.
Still they are highly colored, student. So here is a question, student. The color of these compound is not due to DD transition. 4 choices can be given to you in the paper. The color is due to DD. This is not a DD transition. What happens in these cases, student? The color is due to student. Here the color is due to charge transfer, student. Charge transfer from oxygen to the vacant d orbital of the metal.
Yes, sir.
Metal, I am here. Metal, which here is manganese or chromium. So this is a different story, student. What happens here is there is a charge transfer, student.
Okay,
Oxygen gives its electron pair, students, to the central atom, which is here chromium or manganese. This is called color due to charge transfer, student. Such compounds are highly colored. Such compounds are highly colored, student. There is no DD transition, but electrons are coming from oxygen to the vacant d orbitals of manganese and the vacant d orbitals of chromium, student. These are called charge transfer. There is a charge transfer, student, from oxygen to the central metal atom. See the point? Why we gave you this question? Important. Because they are highly colored.
yes, sir.
Highly colored, student. You have seen that they are tetrahedral, and we have shown their shapes also. We have shown the shapes also. What is manganese is +7, students. So you have seen this 2, 4, 6, and 7 bonds. Manganese +7.
Mm-hmm.
So the oxygen, what oxygen does, it gives the electron from the filled orbital to the manganese vacant orbital, d orbital. Similarly, in chromium also, you have seen what is the, and this is the shape of the MnO4, which is MnO4 purple in color, which is tetrahedral, student.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, this was the important point I wanted to tell you. Certain most other transition elements I told you, color is due to what? Color of the transition element is due to what, student?
Sir, DD. Sir,
DD transition. But in these cases, we have shown you there is no electron in the D. So no DD transition is possible. Then why they are highly colored, student? There is some charge transfer from the oxygen to the central metal atom.
Okay.
Which we have shown here, manganese or chromium. This is the important point, important question. I hope you have noted down. That was the reason we have tried to show to you, student. Okay.
Yes, sir.
See, the questions are very important, which will be asked in the paper, and certain questions which are exceptions will be likely to be asked in the coming exam, in the objective form or in the choices. 4 choices are given.
Okay, sir.
Okay, you are doing good up to now. That is our story. But we want that you should be able to, students, get 100 out of 100 marks. It is not difficult. You are getting 90, you can get 100. Practice and lot of question practice. We will be solving large number of questions wherever it is possible. And sometimes we miss some question, we will again discuss that. That was the reason we come to this. Now we are starting another very, very important class of compound, student. Inner transition elements. What do you know about inner transition element? When I gave you the periodic table and showed you these are D block elements, these are F block elements. First question to you is, student, first question is, I am saying inner transition element F block. So first question, what are F block elements? The first question you will ask me, question number 1, student, what are F block elements, students? What is your answer?
Sir, lanthanide and actinide.
That is not the acceptable answer.
So,
okay, you are saying lanthanide and actinides. Okay, the question number 2. That's
yes,
why they are called F block elements. Okay, I put it this way. Question number 2.
Sir, because they are also called inner transition elements.
The question can be put in many ways. The reasoning and asserting type questions are very close to each other. How do we say which is right and which is wrong? When you said F block elements are lanthanide, actinides, okay, that is right. Now the question is why they are called F block elements.
Excuse me.
Why
Sir, one thing before you continue.
they are called F block elements.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, before you continue,
Yes. Yes.
my pre-boards are starting from 24th. So please hurry up the syllabus, sir.
Okay.
Because I'll be doing maths from tomorrow onwards.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, from after 4 days, yes, sir.
Okay. So what we are saying, the F block elements I told you are those in which the last electron will enter into the which subshell, student? F subshell. The last electron will enter
Yes,
where?
Sir.
The last electron, student, enter into where? F subshell. Then they are called F block elements. Question answer according to the question. F block elements are those in which last electron is entering into the 4F subshell, student. And as you see, they are called, why they are called, question number 3, why they are called inner transition elements. Inner transition element, students. What do you think? What is the answer for that? Why are they called inner transition element, students? What is the electron configuration, students? How do I say? You see that the outer shell is NS2, student, NS. And then there is a N minus
yes,
1 D. And then there is a N minus 2 F, student. The outer electron is entering into F, student. This is the outer shell. Outermost shell. Okay?
Okay, sir.
And this is the next to outermost. This is called the penultimate shell. Penultimate shell, student. And this is N minus 2. N minus 2 means, and this is called anti-penultimate shell, student. What do you call this as? Anti-penultimate shell. And since this is an inner shell, what is it? This is not the outer shell. This is the inner shell, student. This is the inner shell. Can you see that? It is the inner shell. It is not N. It is N minus 2.
Yes, sir.
Therefore, we say that these are inner transition elements. Why they are inner transition element? Because the electron is entering into the anti-penultimate F subshell, which is the inner shell, student. The electrons are not entering into the outer shell. The last electron, as you can see, that is entering where? The last electron is added to the which one? Anti-penultimate shell. Can you see this? Students, last electron,
yes, sir,
is added where? To N minus 2 F subshell, which is not an outer shell, student. It is an inner shell. That is why they are called inner transition elements. Okay, also, they are taken from the group 2. They are taken from which group? The general electronic configuration is shown here. These are valence shell electronic configuration, students. They are coming from which group? Tell me which group they belong. Question. What is the group number, student? This is my lanthanides. What is the group number of lanthanides, student? What is the group number of lanthanides? Tell me. What is the group number of lanthanides?
Sir, of lanthanoids?
Yes. What is their group number, student? Important question.
So 3.
Group number is 3. And period number? Which period they belong?
So period number is 6.
6. And actinides, students? They belong to which group number? And period number, student? This is important question.
So actinoids, actinoids are in the 7th period.
And group number? Group number is also 3. Both come from group
3,
number
same
3
sir, 3.
students. So they are taken out from
3,
group
yes
number
sir,
3.
but different period numbers.
They are taken from group number 3 student.
Yes sir.
That is why student, if I will put them in the normal periodic table, it will become very long, because these 14 elements will be there then. Because what happens in the 6th period?
Yes sir.
After the lanthanum, which is atomic number 57, that is lanthanum student. After lanthanum, when I come to 58 student, what happens? The 4f subshell becomes lower in energy. The electrons start entering into the 4f subshell students. 4f subshell. And what is the maximum number of electron in the f subshell? Tell me. In f, how many electrons you can put in f? In f subshell. How many? What is the maximum electron in f subshell students? 14. There are 7 orbitals. There are 7 orbitals in F student. In each you can put 2 electrons. Total 14 electrons can be put in the F subshell. So that is why there are 14 elements after lanthanum from cerium to lutetium. Cerium is 58. Here is 4F1, 4F2, 4F3 like this, 4F14. So they will start going from 4F1 to student 4F14. The electrons now start entering into which subshell? 4F student in the lanthanides.
Yes, sir.
4F. 4F is a anti-penultimate shell. It is not outermost. It is not next to outermost, but it is next to the next to outermost, which is called the anti-penultimate shell. What do we call this? This here I have written anti-penultimate shell students. That is why they are called inner transition elements. Small questions are given, but we have to find what answers we have to give. Therefore, student, F block elements are those in which the last electron will enter into the F subshell. Okay? And there are 2 F block elements. One are lanthanides, other are actinoids. In lanthanide student, the electrons are being filled in 4F subshell. And in actinides, the last electron is being filled in the 5F subshell. Clear?
Yes,
sir. Is okay? Tell me.
Fine, sir.
Okay. That means here that in the lanthanide student, this is a lanthanide series starting from lanthanum, cerium, praseodymium, niobium, pramotium, samarium. You can see atomic number increasing student. This is the element, first element. Actually, there is no electron in the F subshell in the lanthanum. This is lanthanum student.
Yes, sir.
There is an electron in the D in this case, but still it has been kept in the lanthanide series. Why, student? Why the lanthanum has been kept in the lanthanide series? What is the answer? Because the properties of the lanthanum are very similar to the lanthanide elements. Even so much so that the series has been named on the basis of this, what we call a lanthanide elements, lanthanides. Lanthanide name is taken from lanthanum because their properties are similar to lanthanum students. And first element where the electron is going in the 4F is cerium student, where you have 4F1, 4F2, 4F3 like this. There will be 14 elements. This is a 4F series. In this 4F1 to 4F14. How many elements? 14. Okay?
Okay, sir.
In actinides, you will have 5F1 to 5F14.
Okay.
And the first element is actinium. Actinium does not have any electron in the F subshell. It is these 2 are not F block elements. If I say question which are not the F block elements, these are not actually the F block elements because the last electron is not entering into the F subshell. But why they are kept? What I am saying, lanthanum and actinium, they are not F block elements because the last electron is not entering into the F subshell. But then why they are kept in the lanthanide or actinide series? Because their properties are very similar. The properties of lanthanum are very similar to the lanthanide elements. So much so, the name has been given lanthanide series. The properties of actinide is very similar to these actinoid series student. That is why even the name has been given actinoid series. Clear? So,
yes, sir.
We have answered questions What are F block elements? Why they are called inner transition element? What is their general electronic configuration, student? There could be electron in the F from 0 to 2 to 14, and in the there could be electron in the D also, n minus 1, 0 or 1 in the D. And 2 electrons are there in the NS. NS is the outermost shell. Outermost penultimate, anti-penultimate shell. That is how we call them. Okay?
Yes,
And
sir.
here is a list of these elements. Actinide, this is my actinoid series, student. Actinoids. They are thorium, protactinium, uranium. Uranium, you see that these elements are mostly radioactive. Which one? The actinoid series. The elements in the actinide series are mostly radioactive. What are they? Radioactive. See the radioactive elements? Okay? And these elements, these are called the lanthanides. The last one is lutetium.
Yes, sir.
Therefore, lanthanide actinides are elements that filling the F subshell. The filling of the F sublevel or subshell takes place. And these are known as inner transition element. The F block is given name because if the F block were placed in its proper numerical position, it would be the transition metal between group 2 and group 3.
Yes, sir.
Group 2 and then group 3, in between them they are coming. So that is why we say they are also inner transition element. Okay.
Okay.
So first, what is a lanthanide element? We are saying lanthanide are also called lanthanide. Any series of 15 consecutive chemical in the periodic table starting from lanthanum to lutetium. In the table, student, what list has been given? Lanthanum is 57. Okay? And you are going up to 71.
Okay.
Lanthanum, student, atomic numbers, lanthanum to lutetium 71. There is no electron in the F subshell in the case of lanthanum, but it is placed in the series because the properties of lanthanum are similar to the properties of lanthanide, students. With scandium, yttrium, they make these are also called rare earth elements. Why they are called rare earth elements, student? Because their abundance is very less. Their abundance is very, very small in the earth. So they are rare. They are called lanthanide because elements in the series are chemically similar to the lanthanum. They are chemically similar to what? Lanthanum. So the name lanthanum. One of the ore of lanthanides, which is very famous, student, monazite. Sometimes they say, oh, what is monazite? In objective type, they write monazite.
Okay.
What is monazite? It is an ore of lanthanides. They are obtained from monazite ore. Large amounts are present in USA and certain other countries. Monazite is a name of the ore of lanthanides. Okay? The lanthanides include elements from 58 to 71. This is not actually a lanthanide, but has been kept in that group. Why? Because the properties are similar. The first element is starting from 58, student. They will ask you, student, the name of this. This is 58 is cerium, student. This is a very important element. 58 is cerium. And you are going from 58 to student. Then next is, you will see presidium, which is 59, student, PR. 59. And niobium is 60, student, ND. Like this list has been given in the book. And the last element, 71, atomic number 71 is the last element, which we said lutetium.
Yes.
So this is the 4F series begins here, 4F1 to 4F14, student, but 57 is my lanthanum, which is kept in the same group because these properties are similar to these properties. So because in the F subshell, you can put maximum of 14 electrons. So there is that. For example, here is a list of that. Very important. The important question can come on the electronic configuration. first important thing is to discuss the electronic configuration of these elements, students.
Mm-hmm.
You know the atomic, if I say lanthanum, atomic number how much? 57. ठीक है? Pay attention.
Yes, sir.
What is the inert gas element before that? That is xenon. Xenon is 54, students. Atomic number of xenon is 54.
Okay. 54.
Now we have to write which period. Tell me which period is lanthanide. Lanthanide belongs to which period? How will I write? Period number is 6.
So
Sixth
7,
period.
7.
Lanthanides are 6th period. Actinides are 7th period. ठीक है? 6th
Oh, yes,
period
sir.
means the last shell is which one? N equal to 6. That means N, the last outermost shell will be 6th shell.
Yes, sir.
6th shell will mean then I write 6s, 6s. And then N minus 1 means 5d. And N minus 2 means 4f in general. That is a story. That's how I write.
Yes, sir.
The electron, what I told you about this, the valence, what I told you, student, the valence shell configuration, we should remember, according to the period of all these element is 6. So I say 6s, then I write 5d, and then I'm writing, student, 4f. Okay? Now I have to put electrons in these.
Okay.
In the valence shell configuration of the lanthanides, which means if this is N, this is N minus 1 D, and this is N minus 2 F, students. ठीक है? Outer, penultimate and anti-penultimate shell. We understand by now. Clear? And you have xenon,
Okay.
which is my 54 inert gas. So when I say 57, 54 is this one. The first electrons are filled in the S. How much is this now? 54 plus 2, 56. The next goes to 5d1. And this is the electron configuration of student lanthanum. There is 0 electron here.
Okay, sir.
That is why I said lanthanide is not F block, because there is no electron in the F. But it is placed in the series of lanthanide because the properties of lanthanum are similar to the properties of lanthanides. Now I go to the next, student, 58. That is, you will see that there are only 3 cases where there will be electron in the 5d. Important, because they will ask that configuration to you in the paper, students. I am marking red here because there is 1 electron in the 5d here. Do you see electron in the 5d? Which case? Lanthanum. Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
Lanthanum, I am saying red mark. Why? Remember that lanthanum will have 1 electron in the 5d. He will ask you to write the electronic configuration. Xenon is 54, easy for you to remember. Next, I have 6s, 5d and 4f. I have to put electrons in them.
Okay.
58 means, when I say 58, you are saying, sir, 54 is xenon. Okay? No problem. Then you will say 6s.
Yes, sir.
Then you will say 5d and 4f. Now what will happen here, student? What is happening in this case? You will see cerium. In the case of the cerium, student, if the configuration I take from the NCERT book, somewhere I have the table from this. This is my cerium, student. See cerium. 6s2, 5d1 and this. Okay. Electron configuration.
Yes, sir.
So you put 2 electrons here. There is 1 electron here. How much are left then? 54, 6, 7 and 1. So the first electron is going into the 4f, student, where it starts from cerium. In the cerium, student. This also has 1 electron in the 5d. And now the series has started. This is the first F block element. Or this is a lanthanide because the first electron is entering into the 4f subshell. ठीक है? Here,
Yes,
first electron is entering into the 4f. This is how you have to remember, because they will ask you to write the electronic configuration, student, in the paper.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying you have to know the certain, not all I cannot remember, but at least few which are asked repeatedly important, I'm telling you with a red pen. So if I say cerium 4 plus, student, is very stable. Then what will happen? 2, 3, 4, their electrons will go. What will be left? Only 54 xenon. Got it? That is a noble gas
Yes, sir.
configuration. And noble gas configuration is very stable. Clear? So cerium 4 plus will be formed, student. Very easy.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I am coming to the next praseodymium, student, atomic number 59. Now what happens in when I come to 59, after 58, student, I am going to next element is 59. What is the symbol? PR. What is the name of PR? Tell me. Praseodymium. 54 xenon, student. ठीक है? 6s2. Now 5d0. There is nothing in the D now. Only D was this one and this one. This red mark. Yes. There is nothing now in the D. Now there are, how many are left then? 54, 6 and then 2 electrons in the 4f.
Okay.
ठीक है? So this will not be 2. Then what will be this? How much is there? 59, 54, 6. There will be 3 electrons. ठीक है? This becomes 4f3. Now I come to the next 60. What is that? Neodymium and D. How will you write? 54 xenon. Now 6s2 will always be there. It is 6s2 is everywhere. Is it there? Tell me. Remember, yes, 6s2 is everywhere. But 5d0 now. 5d0. Then how much will be left? 54 plus 2, 56, 4f4. And you continue. Promethium 4f5. So one electron more. 4f5, 4f6, 4f6, student, 4f7. Important point to note. This configuration, important. Because here the 4f is becoming half filled, student. Half filled, 4f7. Which one is this? Europium. These configurations are important because they will ask you. Okay? What I am saying, this is Europium, student. What is the symbol of that? EU. That will be 54 xenon. And what you are getting? 6s2, 5d0. How much will be there in the 4f? 63 now. Then 6.
Yes, sir.
4f7. This is 4f7 is half filled, student. Half filled, you know, they are half filled are extra stable. Tell me.
Yes, sir. Okay.
So what will happen if it loses 2 electrons? Then it becomes 4f7. So we are expecting europium 2 plus. Europium 2 plus will be what? 4f7. Half filled. Half filled. Yes. Half filled are more stable. You know, completely filled are more stable. Or 4f0. Such oxidation states could be there then. We will see that. Further, what you are coming, student, after this, you are coming to gadolinium. I am putting it red. Why I am putting gadolinium red, student? GD. This configuration he will ask you in the paper then. Red. This is also red. Here you can see there is an electron in the 5D also. See that? Gadolinium. What is the atomic number of gadolinium? 64. What is the configuration? You are saying 54 xenon, 6s2, and you are getting 5d1 and 4f7. Why did you get 1 electron in the D? Because 4f7 is half, na? Because this is extra stable. So cerium, gadolinium, they have 1 electron in the D. And next will happen D0. Next is D0. See, terbium. And then you have 4f9, 4f10, 4f11, 12, 13. And Here you see again student in lutetium. I am putting red. I am putting red here. It has got one electron in the D. Which one? 71 is lutetium. He will ask you such configuration, students. We
Yes,
can't
sir.
remember all, but we have to learn. That's what I'm saying. But one mark question has been asked many times. What write the electronic configuration? So you can learn the electronic configuration by this way. Sixth period, है ना? That last will be 6s. Then 5d, then 4f, and then xenon. Xenon is 54. ठीक है? So easy. If atomic number is given. So what will be this xenon, student? Xenon is 54. Then you have 6s2 always. In all the cases, you have 6s2. In this, again, you get one electron in the 5d. And then there is 4f14. Because now 4f is completely filled. Completely filled. So which elements which have shown student have got 5d1? How many elements?
Yes.
Tell me the name of the elements which have 5d1 in the series, in the lanthanides, because they will be important for us. Tell me the names of the elements, student, which have 5d1. On the screen, what you see? Which one? Lanthanum?
Yes, sir.
Then cerium?
Cerium.
Then
Gadolinium.
gadolinium and
Lutetium.
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 You remember the names of this?
Yes, sir.
Because these configurations will become important, student, important. This configuration will become important, students. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Such configurations are asked in the paper, student. Cerium, gadolinium, and lutetium. Lanthanum is the first element. It doesn't have any electron in the F subshell. So these electronic configurations have been determined experimentally, students. They are not easy. But whatever is source we have, the data which we have taken from the book, because otherwise we don't know. By experimental results, they get these electron configurations. Now you will be able to write their electron configurations. Okay? For this, there is no doubt about them. Tell me. Okay? This electronic configuration you can easily write because question will be asked on that. Can I proceed further? You have noted down the points. The first element is lanthanum, which is not actually a F block element, and it does not have any electron in the off subshell. But there are three which have one electron in the 5d. Rest don't have any electron in the 5d.
Yes, sir.
6s2 is always there in all the cases. So this is a way to remember. When question will be given, write the electronic configuration. General electronic configuration, we have told you this one. What is the general then? You are saying n minus 2 f. F can go from 1 to 14. And then you have n minus 1 d. That d, what is up? You have 0 or 1. And 6s2 is always there. Okay? Remember this. This is the valence shell electron configuration. Before this, in lanthanide, you will have what? Xenon. Xenon is what?
Yes, sir.
Xenon is a noble gas 54 atomic number. So by this method, I will be able to write the electronic configuration, student. They have been asked many times in the paper. Why we are giving? Because you will get a 1 mark in this. Okay? Which one? Gadolinium,
Okay,
cerium, and lutetium. Very important. Lanthanum. Okay. Here is a table which is given in the book, student. You will get this table in the book just to explain certain facts we have given you. What is the first element of this here? 57, which is lanthanum. Actually, the first in which the 4f electron goes is cerium. Okay? Cerium. 58 and
yes,
it goes up to
sir.
71. 58 cerium and it goes to up to Which one is the last one? Lutetium is 71. Clear? Atomic number 58 to 71, as you can
Okay.
see. And now we want to see, student, next property. Atomic and ionic sizes. What is important? What question is coming in the paper? Atomic and ionic sizes, students. What I show you here, student, in this table, you are starting from lanthanum, cerium, praseodymium. As you are going down, what is happening? As you are going from cerium to lutetium, tell me 4f1, ठीक है? Next, praseodymium, what is that? PRND, student. And then promethium, PM, samarium, europium, terbium, dysprosium, holmium, erbium, thulium. The electrons are entering into the anti-penultimate 4f, 4f1,
Okay.
4f2, 4f3, and they go up to 4f14. That means, student, the electrons are entering into the anti-penultimate 4f subshell. One more electron. So the 4f subshell screening is poor. The screening of, student, 4f subshell is poor. And the nuclear charge is increasing. Nuclear charge is increasing. What happens then? There is a, you will see, slow decrease in the radius of the atoms. There is a slow, student, very small decrease in atomic sizes. As you see, this is my length. Ln is what? Lanthanide. This is the atomic size is in picometer. 187, 183, 182. Decreasing, very slow, very small decrease.
Yes, sir.
Very small decrease. You can see. If I go from, student, lanthanum, cerium, praseodymium, niobium, samarium. What do you see, student? Lutetium. This was 187, 183, and the last is 173 picometer. So there is a very slight decrease. What I'm saying, slight decrease in the atomic sizes.
Yes, sir.
There is a very slight decrease. And most of the common oxidation states of these are +3. Most of these exist in the +3 oxidation state. They are existing in which state?
Yes, sir.
The common oxidation state is +3. They are forming, student. So let me put it this way, because I'm representing them by, student, Ln. Ln is a symbol which I'm using. Ln means lanthanides, general symbol of lanthanides. So they are existing as Ln3+ ion. This is a common oxidation state and most stable oxidation state. Common oxidation state, student, most common oxidation state. You can see the sizes of this.
Yes, sir.
Starting from 106, 103, 90, 86. So you can see that as you move from as you are moving from, student, if I say lanthanum to lutetium, what is happening? There is a decrease in atomic और ionic radii. ठीक है, decrease हो रहा है?
Yes, sir.
But the decrease is very small. It is not a very large decrease, but there is a definite decrease, student. So the overall decrease in atomic and ionic radii, overall decrease in atomic and ionic radii from lanthanum टू लुटीशियम 57 to 71, ठीक है, ठीक है,
Yes, sir.
is known as lengthened contraction. What do you call this as? Lengthened contraction, student. That is very important because a question will be asked there. Lengthened contraction, ठीक है. The decrease
Okay.
may not be very large. The contraction is observed. This is because of imperfect shielding of one electron by another in the same subshell. Because the electrons are entering into the same subshell. Electrons are entering, ठीक है, into the same subshell, which is 4f. You have 4f1, 4f2, 4f3. Same subshell they are entering. Therefore, there is an imperfect shielding of one electron by another in the same subshell, student. 4f, ठीक है, 4f.
Yes, sir.
Therefore, there is a decrease in size, but if I compare with the D, student, 4f, but the shielding of one 4f by another is less, but shielding of one 4f electron by another is less, student, than shielding of one 3D electron, ठीक है. Then rather than 3, I am saying D because there are others at least. Then 1D electron, I am using D because it could be 3D, 4D or 5D, ठीक है. But
Yes,
is
sir.
less than students, is less students, ठीक है,
Yes, sir.
is less. कलर आया नहीं, अच्छा नहीं आया, ठीक है, हाईलाइट हुआ नहीं, आया, अच्छा. What I am saying, student, there is a shielding of one electron in the F by another electron in the F, but that is less than the shielding of one electron in the D by another in the D. But shielding is less than the shielding of one D electron by another.
Yes, sir.
In the D subshell. Therefore, the decrease is less as compared to the D. ठीक है?
Okay.
So there is a, therefore, student, what will be the result? With increase in nuclear charge, there is fairly a decrease. What the decrease is less as compared to what we see in other cases. ठीक है? So the decrease is there, but not that big, as you will see. There is only a slight decrease in the size. This decrease is called lengthened contraction, student. Lengthened contraction. This is an important point because based on this, we are able to separate these elements. Because a question will be asked on this. What is a lengthened contraction? ठीक है? Important, very important. For example.
Okay.
The steady decrease in size of the atoms and ions of the rare earth elements with increasing atomic number from lanthanum through lutetium. For each consecutive atom, nuclear charge is more positive by 1 unit, accompanied by a corresponding increase in number of electrons present in the 4f orbital, student, surrounding the nucleus. 4f electrons are very imperfectly shielding. ठीक है? from the increased positive charge. So effective nuclear charge attracting steadily increases through the lanthanide, resulting in successive reduction of the atomic and ionic radii. This is known as, this is called lanthanide contraction. What is
Yes, sir.
called? Lanthanide contraction. Note down important question for the paper student. What happens, student? For example, this is the ionic radii. This is the atomic number. This starts from 57 and we are showing here.
Yes, sir.
La3 plus. We are showing 3 plus ion, student. La3 plus. This is what next element is, cerium 3 plus. Next is what?
Yes, sir.
3 plus, niobium 3 plus, student, like this. And finally, you are going to lutetium 3 plus. As you move, what is happening to the ionic radii? Decreasing. See in picometer. These are in.
Yes, sir. Decreasing.
Here decrease हो रहा है. As with the increase in atomic number.
Yes, sir. Decrease हो रहा है.
This is what we call as lanthanide contraction. This is called lanthanide contraction, student. यहाँ पे क्या हो गया? Lanthanide contraction हो गया. The decrease in size. This is 4 plus. Some certain ions also show 4 plus oxidation state. You can see the decrease in, there is a decrease in the size, student, contraction in the size. What is the importance of this, student? What is the cumulative effect of the lanthanide? This is an important question, student. Because of the lanthanide contraction causes the radii of the member of third transition series to be similar to the members of the second. In the transition element, student, I have discussed what I discussed in the transition elements. When I told you, when I was discussing transition elements, what we said, 3D series, 4D series, and 5D series. We discussed that transition element series, yes or no? So what should happen if I move from 3D to 4D? Side should increase. As I move from 3D to this side, should increase, student, yes or no? Because as you go down the group, size increases. Okay? If yes, sir. My 3D series, this is my 4D, this is my 5D, student. I am going down the group. What will happen? Size increases. You know, size increases. But when you go from 4D to 5D, student, this is my first transition series. This is my second transition series. This is my transition series. This is my second transition series. This was my third transition series. Okay? As you go from 4D to 4F, in between there will be filling of the 4F subshell. 4F1 to 4F14. So what happens when you move from 4D to 5D, when you move from, this is my second to the third series, student, the 4F subshell will be filled completely. And due to this 4F, you have seen the 4F subshell is due to the imperfect shielding of 4F subshell, student. 4F subshell, okay? Due to imperfect shielding of the 4F subshell, what will happen? There will be contraction in the sizes of the 5D series elements. What happens? What is the result of that?
Okay, sir.
There is a contraction, student, which we call as a due to lanthanide contraction. Due to lanthanide contraction, students, the size of 5D series almost become equal to 4D series. Actually, it should be more, but then it becomes almost same. So what we are saying, the radii of the members of the third series to be similar to the corresponding members of the second series. The radii, student, of the important point. This is a consequence of the lanthanide contraction. The radii of the members of third series are similar, student, to those of the corresponding second series. So the almost identical radii of zirconium and hafnium is a reason of the consequence of the lanthanide contraction. So that is why, student, they will show similar chemical properties and are occurring also in nature together. Those elements which are similar in size, they are likely to be there together because their properties will also be similar because their sizes are equal. And due to this lanthanide contraction, you have seen the 5D series members have almost size similar to 4D series. So this is the
Okay, sir.
important point. This is called lengthened contraction. This is the most important question in this student. So we are ending up this topic here. We will continue more about this in our next class. So you will note down certain important questions which will be asked in this. This is the lengthened contraction. You have
Okay,
studied
thank you, sir.
electron configuration of these lanthanides, why they are called lanthanides, the electronic configuration and the lengthened contraction. Okay? Then we will meet you in our next class, students. So next class we want,
Okay, thank you, sir.
when we want next class will be there after.
Sir, your choice, sir.
Okay. Then we can take it. We will tell you next class. What times are available? We will.
Okay, sir.
Okay. All right.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.